Hi guys, it's Amy with Aim to Plan, and it's time to get these planners into my Frankenplanner. So as you can see from the title, today is all about setting up my March Frankenplanner. I cannot believe it's already March. I am behind on this video. Somehow it just snuck up on me and I opened up my planner and realized that I did not have this week in the planner. So it's time to set up. So these are all planners that I'm using in 2023. I'll go through and just kind of like briefly explain all of them, but if you want to see like the full walkthrough with like all the details and all the chatting related to these planners, I do have a playlist with all of my planner lineup videos, and one of the videos in that planner lineup is my 2023 planner lineup, and so it goes into like full like detail about all of these planners. There's some things that already have been changed from that 2023 planner lineup, but mostly it's about the same. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and move all of these to the side and then explain my Frankenplanner to you and then just start moving pieces around. So let's go ahead and get this over here. I'll just move it off camera just so that way it's not in the way. And then we're going to start right here in this very first section. So just to kind of like get the setup here for what this is, I've basically just been moving pieces in and out of this. And so this is a Frankenplanner that I've set up as a transformer planner. You can see here the very first section here is home, but it's on metal expander discs from the Happy Planner. And then I ended up using the same set of covers and just putting a label on here to kind of designate what each section is for. So this first section is home. Then in order to make it transform, I basically flip to this next section. And so this next section is work, and I can flip it and make it look like work. So that's the second section. Then I have personal, and I'll just show you the sections at this point. Sophia and Rose. So those are the 5 sections. Again, home, work, personal, Sophia, and Rose. And what I'm going to do is just move stuff in. Now, what I've been doing for 2023 is basically leaving all of 2023 in here. And once I like am finished with a page, like whether it's the monthly or the weekly pages, I'll take those pages out and archive them. But if I'm still like, I guess, actively using them, then they remain in here. And so that's why it's quite thick at this point. You can see like it's like overflowing, I think. I do need to like kind of trim out, like take out some of this material, but for the time being, I'm just going to leave it in here. And if you want to see a flip through of like what it looks like at like the end of February, I'm going to do that flip through probably in the next couple of days. So it'll come out this week. I'm just not quite sure in terms of like when videos come out, when it will be. It'll probably be like 2 or 3 videos from today. But anyway, this first section is home. In the home section, again, like in the flip through, I'll like walk through some of these pages, but like in the home section, I don't actually have any planners. It's mostly just reference material. And so I don't include any planner sections in there. I won't have to add anything in there. In the work section, what I am using for work is basically a planner that I uncoiled from like I uncoiled it. So it was a coil bound Happy Planner, and so this is what it looks like. I went ahead and uncoiled it and put it on discs, and so yeah, that's what I've been using. So I have January in here, as you can see, and now we're gonna get March out. So I have been trying to save these pages. So I've had people ask me to do like full flip throughs, like full year flip throughs of everything. So I do a flip through like every month, but you know, I think for the first time I'll like do a flip through of the entire year for each of these planners. So I'm trying to save these pages. So all right, so this is like ready right now. Like it has February in here, and again, I'll leave February in here until I finish using these pages. So like for example, like right here it's like super messy, but like I am actually done with it, so I can like probably like go ahead and move this out, archive it, and like basically put it back in here. But I also want to just double check to make sure that like any tasks or any notes are like moved to a different like to-do list, so that way I don't forget them. Like this little note needs to like move off. And then like I always like to use like the end of February, so I'll probably do it tomorrow, actually, like the very last day of February. Just go in and do like end of February, beginning of March, kind of like reflection or like journaling about work, and talking about like what I want my goals to be for the month. And so I need to do this page too. And then once I do that, then I can pretty much like take February out and just stick with March, right? So that is what I've got in here. And again, I'll talk about or like show you some of the pages as we do the flip through for February. So that will be an upcoming video. All right, so then I go into my personal section, and I know there's some personal stuff like right there. All right, so in my personal section, the first subsection of my personal section is my weekly page. And so here we are in the weekly page. Again, I'll do a flip through of that in an upcoming video. But I use basically outdated dashboard pages. And so I'm actually not quite sure what, oh, I should have a divider here. Okay, so I'll have to make sure to put a divider back in here. Let me go ahead and actually grab one. Okay, so I just grabbed a random divider. These are the same dividers that I've been using pretty much for the rest of the year, so I'm just going to stick it in here. For my personal section, I don't actually use the monthly, so you can see here it's basically like this, but they are outdated pages, and so yeah, and so February is right here. We'll move the February pages in here, and then here is March. I did initially, like originally decide or like have pages to use for monthly, but I haven't been using it. So I will actually not even take out the divider or this like monthly page. I'll just take out the weekly pages here. And this section, it's just pen to paper. I basically just write down all the things that I need to write down. And again, they are outdated dashboard pages. I did go through at the end of 2022 and just redate all of these pages for 2023, but they're just like a random mix of like all the pages, and so I just will stick this in here. All right, and actually this section I've decided that, you know, I do plan out far enough in advance that I think I'm going to go ahead and add in April. So I'm going to go ahead and pull in April and have 2 months in advance, just because I am taking a lot of setting appointments about 2 months out. So I'm just going to put it in here. It will thicken it up quite a bit, so hopefully I can like even flip this. But yeah, so that's that. All right, and then this next section, I didn't actually bring the planner to show you, but like in this in this section is my daily planner. And so for this section, at the beginning of 2023, and I think at this point it might be all of 2023, I've been using big size daily pages, and so I've been recording those as shorts, and you know, I do a flip through of them with my February, so you'll see that in the flip through. But this I just kind of designated as my daily spot for classic size pages, and I just haven't used it since I am in a big size, and so I have a whole separate planner for that. But again, that doesn't get moved in here, so I'm just going to leave that for that the time being. All right, this next section is my food log. And so what I have for my food log, I actually don't think I need to add any more pages, so let me just double check. I put in like a whole collection of like random outdated wellness pages. And what I do for food logging is basically just, you know, breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, and just write it in these boxes, you know, down the line, just kind of chronologically for the day. And so I put in, let's see, 1, 2, see, like this I would have to of course tape together, so that's 3, and then this is like half of the page, and this page I can't really use, so I'm going to take that one out. What was I at? 3. Okay, 4. Okay, so I think I need 1 more week, and let me find my wellness pages. So for wellness, I basically set it up. Again, these are outdated wellness pages, so it's random cover, random discs, and I put them in here, right? So my January pages are in here, yeah. Okay, and then March, I basically put a set of dividers in here, and oh my gosh, I might not have any pages. So let me go grab some pages. This is kind of a behind the scenes look here, but like basically I have like a whole stack, and this is only like a small portion of it, but these are all like the different random pages I have in here. And so I just basically need to go in here and try to find some wellness pages, and I see some like right here. Yeah, okay, so it starts like right here. And I know it's upside down, I'm sorry, but it'll be upside down for a second. I'm actually gonna, let me take out this whole stack. Okay, and then I think these are wellness pages too, so let's see. Yeah, these are definitely wellness pages. So I'm gonna put this stack back together. Move this to the side. Okay, and then here we have wellness pages. So what I'm going to do is actually put this to the side, right? And then I need, basically, I only needed like 2 more weeks, right? Or like 1 more week, really. But I'm going to put these pages in here. Again, they're outdated, so I just go through and redate them. And so I've added that in there. And then let me pull the wellness book back, right? So that was March. So I'm going to put these pages in April, right? I just needed to go through and just double check that these are all wellness pages. I've decorated some of these, like, I'm wondering if I should just go ahead and use this. Like, yes, like I've already decorated them. All right, these are all wellness pages for sure, so I'm just gonna stick them in here. Like, I had it in a separate spot where I was kind of like not leaving it on the discs, but since I am using it, I decided to add this back in 2023. I decided to also like make it a planner and have it sit on my shelf. These are also wellness pages, so I'm going to stick all that in there. Okay, so now it's ready for March at least. Okay, so that was wellness, or my food log, so that is there. And then the last section in my faith section, or like in my personal section, is my faith section. And this I don't need to move any pages in. I did set this up in the last couple of videos. This is my Lent journal, and I'm going to use this. It has been working really well for me to be able to use these guided journal pages. It's kind of like half of it is like being creative and just kind of doing my own thing because it's like a free form space, and then the other half is like the guided prompts, so that's been really super helpful. I do have enough for I think most of the rest of March. I'm not going to add any more pages in there. Basically, I'm just going to try to use it all the way through Easter. So there's plenty of space to be able to do that. I do have additional pages here in this kind of like faith setup. Again, like just random pages. So random cover, random disc, and then random pages in here. And I have like coloring pages that I can kind of pull in and just, you know, if I feel like coloring while listening to my podcast for the Bible and the Bible plans that I'm reading, then I can do that. So for the time being though, I don't move any pages in there. I did set that up in a separate video already. So that is my personal section. So in my personal section, which is the second section really, work was the first one. Then the second section is personal, and I had my weekly section, the outdated dashboard, then my daily pages, which is a separate big planner that I keep separately. Then I had my food log, which are the outdated wellness pages, and then the space section, which for right now, I'm kind of using these guided journal prompts. Okay. Then we're going to go to Sophia's section. I actually need to leave it open so that way I can kind of maneuver it. Okay, so Sophia's section, I use an outdated horizontal page. So for her, I basically am using like this. Where is her? Oh, okay, I know where her divider is. It's still in the book. But for her, I basically use this press rules outdated horizontal. I think I've gone through. Let me get it off the discs. I think I've gone through. No, I haven't. All right, I haven't gone through. I need to, but I need to go through and just kind of like white out. You can kind of see that here, and just get it set up for March. And I guess I'll just do that week by week. Since I must have only done the first couple of months of that. All right, and so March will go in here, and then for her memory book, basically here on the monthly, I will put a picture a day. You kind of saw that here in January. Right, it's a picture a day, and then on the weekly I kind of try to let her decorate it and just do her own thing, so that's why like it looks like a kid did it. So she has been doing it. She's 6, and so she's done it. The weeks that she doesn't do it, then I basically go in and use the press floral sticker book, or like any like related stickers, any that look kind of like in this style, and I'll decorate the weekly pages so that way I can kind of tell which ones she decorated, which ones I decorated, and then I just keep memories and like notes, any funny things that she said, big major events like family time, all that type of stuff on here. And so again, I do a flip through with with my monthly flip through, but this is just an example. And this is an example also of like how I just basically keep pages in here until I'm done with them. So right here, I'm obviously behind with like posting photos, and as soon as I post the photos, there's really no like other task except to post the photos here. And so once I'm done with this, I will move it back into the archive or like into its separate planner. But for the time being, I need it in here as a reminder to like finish this up, so that way I can just basically carry it around. And I know it makes it like super thick to do that, but that's just how I do it. So like here, I do definitely need to like do the January monthly, and so those are the 2 pages here. And then here I really needed this for this February page, so I have that in here. And then February I haven't even posted photos, and so I know it looks like a really random mix of like things in there, but that's just kind of how I do it. Is if I still need to print out stuff or write things in there or like post things in here, then I'll just leave it in the Frankenplanner, and when it's actually finished, then I'll move it to the archive. So hopefully that makes sense. You know, I'm trying to like edit out all like the coughing and sneezing and sniffling things, but like this, like allergies are so bad right now. Okay, so anyway, March is in here, and that's the first part of Sophia's planner. The second part of her planner is her question and answer journal. And I've been thinking I really need to hurry up and set up one for Rose. There's still time to do it, but like I need to start thinking about that. But for her question and answer journal, I use an outdated teacher planner, and I haven't even done the prompts here, so definitely that's on the to-do list to like go ahead and do the prompts for March. But I found a set of prompts on Google and printed them out to basically put in here, and let me show you what it looks like in February. Okay, so it looks like this. I just basically print it out and just stick it here, and then like the years just run across here. And this year I actually like started dating. And so this is one of the sections that I just need to go ahead and go in there and like update with like her responses, her answers for 2023, and then I could just pull that out and just put it back into its like archive. And again, these are random discs and random covers, and outdated teacher planner pages for her question and answer. Okay, and then the very last section is going to be Rose's section. So for Rose's section, I'm using for the first time, I think, no, actually the second time, because work is a current planner as well. But this planner is going to be a current, an 18-month 2022-2023 planner, and it's a classic vertical. It's actually Bright Jungle from Walmart. That's where I found it. And so she just needs her March pages. Now for Rose, I'm like way behind, and so I have pretty much all of December still in here, January still in here, and February, and now I'm adding March just because that's how far behind I am. But you know, it's also okay. You know, I'll just be able to like keep going. Okay, so this is the current week right here, and there's some like documents right there, so I gotta like cover that up to be able to get that in there. Sorry that, you know, I skipped time for a little bit, but I'll put that in here. And so now it's all in there, and Rose's section really needs to be like thinned out. Like I need to go in here and just like spend a week just updating it. I was hoping to be able to do it over this like Mardi Gras break, but like Sophia was at home with me, and so that was actually why I wasn't able to record quite as many videos. And you know, it's just, you know, having two girls at home, like I want to be able to spend time with them, so that's what I was doing, and that's why I'm a little bit behind with setting this up. So yeah, okay, those are my 5 sections. I'm going to go ahead and close it so you can kind of see, like it's at the point now where you can see it like basically gapes open, which actually to me it looks really cute like that. It sits really nicely if I stand it up like that on the desk, but also I need to be able to close it and like move it and like take it places and things like that. So I need to be able to take some of these sheets out. Basically, it's time to like kind of move some of this stuff to the archive. That will be the next step in the next couple of days to get rid of basically, hopefully February, but maybe even some additional months. But yeah, that's my setup, basically moving all the things in here. Again, I like to keep things that are active, that I'm still working on, in here until I get done with it, and then I move it back into its separate home. So that's just kind of how I do it, and that's why it tends to be like super thick, as you can see. So anyway, that's my setup for the month of March. I am so ready. It's time to like go in and start decorating now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, and until the next video, bye guys.